Ha sa le go thongwa mo pusong ka moranang a rogwa ka ngwaga wa 2018 go nna tautona wa botlhano wa lehatshe la Botswana, tautona Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi ntse a tsweletse ka go diragatsa tiro ya gagwe segolobogolo ya go nonotsha botsalano jwa lehatshe leno le a mangwe mo makgotleng a mahatshe ka go harologana ga one. Go tsaya maeto ga ga tautona go ralla mahatshe le go balla go tsena phuthego ya mahatshe a selekane ya bo 26 kwa lehatsheng la Rwanda ke go netefatsa ga lentswe la Botswana le utwala le go buelela dikeletso tsa lone matho a phage a lebane. Mahatshe a selekane a 54 ke a kileng a busiwa ke lehatshe la Mmamosadinyana le ha gone mo tsamayong ya nako go nnile mangwe jaaka Mozambique le Rwanda a ikopetseng boloko bošweng. Tenko tautona Masisi o ne a tsena diphuthego ka go harologana di akaretsa tsa tepoloapi tsa bolwetse jwa malaria le a mangwe le go thongwa ga mokwaledi-mogolo wa mahatshe a selekane go akaretsa tse dingwe e le diphuthego tsa mahatshe a selekane a itseelang kwa godimo. Lehatshe la Botswana la supa ha le itshegetse tema mo go lwantsheng bolwetse jwa malaria le go baya ko pele maitamo a tlhabologo ya mohama wa botsogo e leng ntlha e mahatshe a neng a iphopothalegeta.
We have spent consistently for most of the years of our independence, which are just over 50, in excess of 20% of our budget on health. In spending on health, we have built what we believe are resilient health systems, and we continue to improve the efficiencies of such with support of partners such as WHO, so that we are in a better position to respond to pandemics, including to fight against malaria and NTDs to yield healthier populations. We note that in 2018, the Commonwealth committed to halve malaria across the Commonwealth by the year 2023 and eliminating blinding trachoma by 2020. Botswana, for your information, has been put on the WHO category of countries for malaria elimination by the year 2025. Over the years, we have reduced the burden of malaria incidence from 10.07% per 1,000 people in the year 2008 to now 0.3 per 1,000 in 2021. Parallel to that has been the significant reduction in case fatality rate from 9.99 to 6.72. The key interventions put in place include surveillance, enhancing and optimizing case detection and case management, optimizing vector control, as well as strengthened public health education. And yes, I'd have to agree with Melinda Gates, the women who are right in the forefront of this. And working in partnership and collaboratively through cross-border initiatives. These key interventions aim at attaining the following key strategic objectives, which are achievement of universal coverage of appropriate preventive and treatment interventions for all populations at risk of malaria in all transmission areas, strengthen social behavior communication and community engagement, and strengthen capacity of the National Malaria Program for effective leadership and coordination of malaria elimination.
Lehatshe la Rwanda le le neng le tshegeditse phuthego kgolo e ya CHOGM la supa ha le lone le letsa gore bolwetse jwa malaria bo hedisiwe.
Commonwealth will commit to working towards ending the malaria pandemic by 2030. We will need your support to make this happen. One key action item is to support the Global Fund's 7th replenishment. Today, we are also endorsing the Kigali Declaration on Neglected Tropical Diseases. Alongside the WHO's Neglected Tropical Diseases Roadmap to 2030, we have a clear action plan. I am pleased that the WHO has recently confirmed that sleeping sickness has been eradicated in Rwanda. But we still have much more to do. Ensuring that all African countries mobilize the domestic financial resources required for quality health care is a priority for the African Union and our partners.
mahatse a itshetetse mo tswelelopeleng ya one le morago ga go lwantsha bolwetse jwa COVID-19 le malwetse a mangwe.
It is really inspiring to see so many Commonwealth leaders talking to one another to ensure that life-saving medical, material and preventative supply chains can keep flowing across our borders. Similarly, we know that this is a battle that is fought on the ground in local communities and by citizens themselves. In this regard, we acknowledge and give particular thanks for the tireless efforts of community health and prevention workers who each make such an important difference. And I thought there'd be quite a lot of you in the audience today, because you really are absolutely crucial and critical to this battle. So I hope this summit will give you some encouragement. So as we emerge from the pandemic, 2022 must be a turning point. Post-COVID-19, the world is paying greater attention to infectious diseases, and we must capitalize on this to provide proper support to prepare for and respond to infectious disease outbreaks. It is most encouraging to see that leaders of the Commonwealth will discuss and pledge their support for this campaign and are committed to work towards ending the epidemic of malaria by 2030. I very, very much welcome this determination and that we are not turning our back on a job unfinished. After all, ladies and gentlemen, the Commonwealth is uniquely placed to help the world in this effort.
Kwa phuthegong ya tsa tepoloapi e neng e hile bana le seabe ba mahatshe serala sa go buisana ka dikgang tse di amang tswelelopele ya mahatshe go ya isagong ga totomadiwa seabe sa mahatshe go lwantsha go kgothalesega ga tikologo. Mahatshe a ba le mogopolo mongwe wa go itebaganya le dikgang tsa go kgothalesega ga loapi le gore go ka dirwa eng e le mahatshe a selekane.
Botswana completely submits to what we agreed to in Glasgow. Botswana, relative to its size, has made very strong commitments to mitigate and reduce the impact of climate change, and not only commit itself to the target set, but has taken active steps in the review of its legislation, the review of its policy. We have developed a new climate policy to advance and reward those who take steps, both in government and industry, parastatal households, to reduce emissions. Of particular interest is that we have developed a new integrated resource plan. And following Glasgow, immediately following Glasgow, because we had completed it, I then instructed that it be revised quite soon, because it was clear that we needed to take further steps to reduce emissions. And in the revision, we are committed to increasing the contribution of solar energy to our energy mix. And it makes sense because Botswana sits very comfortably in a place on the planet where solar is able to contribute enormously. We are also finishing off our study on wind energy, and we hope to finish it by the end of this year, and we will factor that into our energy mix. We are also resolute in advancing the advocacy for the need for all nation states, developing and developed, to play their part, proportionate to their contributions that negatively affect Mother Earth. And Africa should never be excluded from this. For while we have these forests, they are threatened also by the absence of peace in some of those, and those who promote the absence of peace in the production of the technologies that cause conflict and war, which ravages forests, enhance the ability of those who strip the forests of their ability to support us. We also want to promote advocacy globally to help mitigate these by reminding all of us of our conscious responsibility, to realizing that, you know, at the heart of mitigations for climate change is a real consideration that ought to be had of the significance of multilateralism. If there's any issue, if there's any threat, global threat that affects everybody, that compels and justifies the reason for having a multilateral order, it is climate change. And so we call on all nation states, big and small, to play their part as we do in Botswana.
Teng kwa Rwanda, Tautona Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi o ne a nna le sebaka sa go kopana le molekane wa gagwe go tswa Namibia, Dr. Hage Geingob, go buisana ka go ipaakanyetsa go tshegetsa sejana sa kgwele ya dinao ya Aforika, AFCON 2027. Mahatsha a Botswana le Namibia a ipopile go tshwaraganela sejana seo mo ebileng botautona ka bobedi ba emang mogopolo o nokeng.
And so it's really to say thanks to you publicly and commit to you that we're going to do everything we can to fulfill the bid and make it really good. I've met our minister and I've heard very good words about the engagement with your minister and her delegation from Namibia. And so they're going to be working together very frequently. I want to pledge to you, Your Excellency, that we are about to get into the planning processes of our 12th National Development Plan. And this, and whatever the bid requires, will be included in there, in terms of infrastructure required and whatever else. And I want to ask that we exchange notes frequently, and we agree to be the reference points for any escalation of any problem to do that. I want to suggest to Your Excellency, without going ahead of them, that our tourism products form part of this bid. I'd like to suggest that our diamond marketing, our diamond story, and the problems that goes with it forms part of this.
Since we took over, we have committed ourselves that we'll be working together, we'll be consulting each other on issues, and that's what I like. So what you have covered, the presence of press is enough, and those it.
Mme letsatsi la polosemmuso phuthego ya mahatshe a selekane ya goroga, matho othe a leba kwa phuthegong eo kwa mahatshe a neng a lekodisiwa ka botsogo jwa lekgotla la bone.
The Commonwealth is part of that system, brought together to bring a touch of healing to kinships which were changing, but which continue to bind us. I believe profoundly that the Commonwealth today, in 2022, is a beacon within that international system. a place where people come together, where we work together, where no voice is louder or more important than any other, and where no one is left behind.
The Commonwealth we need is on the front lines of global challenges, not on the periphery, watching events unfold. Our special strength is to bring issues into focus that might otherwise be overlooked. For instance, the way that climate change puts the very existence of small islands and developing states into jeopardy, or the possibility to transcend size and geography by leveraging new technologies to create high-quality global jobs for our youth right at home. We are united by a shared language, whether English is our first, second, third, or even fourth one. But what really defines us are the values enshrined in the Commonwealth Charter and a commitment to good governance, the rule of law, and the protection of rights. That's why we shall always remain open to new voices and new members.
In the diversity of the 2.6 billion people on whose behalf you speak comes great strength, which you can use, for instance, to speak up for the values which bind us, to invest in a rapid transition to a sustainable future, and to create opportunities for our young people. I believe that the Commonwealth is uniquely positioned to achieve such positive change in our world. And in speaking to you over the years, I know you agree. Indeed, I can only applaud the focus you are bringing to supporting youth, business and civil society, not least through the Commonwealth professional associations of judges, teachers and midwives, to name but three. I know the importance you attach to ensuring that support reaches the developing world, and how important is the work you are undertaking to develop new approaches which take account of climate vulnerability, to enable the better channeling of development assistance. I was also greatly heartened at yesterday's business forum to see Commonwealth leaders and global CEOs, including from my Sustainable Markets Initiative, identifying practical solutions to these vital challenges. To achieve this potential good, however, and to unlock the power of our common future, we must also acknowledge the wrongs which have shaped our past. Many of those wrongs belong to an earlier age with different and, in some ways, lesser values. By working together, we are building a new and enduring friendship.
Morago baeteledipele ba mahatshe a selekane a ne a thulanya dithogo go thopa mokwaledi o mošwa wa lekgotla la mahatshe a selekane. Mokwaledi wa nako eno go simolola ka ngwaga wa 2015 a kgona go thophiwa gape jaaka na phadisana maemo ao le nthopeng wa Jamaica le Tuvalu. Morago ga go rera ka lobaka, me Scotland a fenya.
Re tlhopile wa leng teng gore a tsweledise kana na o kelediwa a o kelediwa kana go tse thata ile gore go COVID go university ha na kwa ya go ya ntlhaegela go tsenne na o kelediwa go sa bewa dingwaga go beile gore go tla go na le ditlhopho gape ga go kopana ile ka mokgwao go kopana go mpieno ditlhopho dintsi tota ne ga le go gore go risanye go dumalanwe ke le ha ile ke te ha re dumalane re rotle re welana e be go na ditlhopho a ba henya o tsene go heditse ya no tsena ngwaga tse pedi ya la gore a ska a hetisa ngwaga tse nne tse di beelwang ngwaga tse mokwaledi a di nnang. Re mo itumela ka gore o dira tiro e ntle, re mo itumela ka gore o theetso wa rerisa o dira tse e leng gore ke maikelo le maitlamo a lekgotla la selekane.
E re ka seo se na sa konetelela phutego ya mahatshe a selekane, Tautona o ne a bona sebaka sa go buisana le Kgosi Mswati wa boraro go tsweledisa botsalano jwa mahatshe o mabedi. Kwa lehatsheng la Austria, Tautona o ne a kopana le molekane wa gagwe Karl Nehammer, kgangkgolo e le go buisana ka dikeletso tsa mahatshe ka bobedi go tshegetsa diofisi kgolo tsa Kimberly process. Mahatshe ka bobedi a supile ha e letsa go tshegetsa diofisi tseo tse lehatshe la Botswana le dumelang thata gore di thongwe mono gae.
Ntlhane ile gore a tle go kopana le moeteledipele wa lehatshe la Austria go nonontsha ditirisanyo gare ga mahatshe a rona o mabedi. Kana lehatshe la Austria ga o gakologelwa ke mangwe a mahatshe a ne a re rekwala tebelopele ya 2036. Rata mo go one rata go ithuta, re ithuta ka gore re na le dilo tse di tshwanang jaaka re le mahatshe a e leng gore ga ana lotshitshi lwa lewatle. Yaanong go na dilo tse di tsamaelanang ka gore re tlhoka dilo tse di tshwanang ka gore re mahatshe a sena lotshitshi lwa lewatle. Sa bobedi re na le kgatlhego ya go hosta Kimberly process Secretariat go Botswana, mme le bone ke bangwe ba ba nang le kgatlhego. So nna a tlile go kopana le monkana ga gore ba tlatle dikgang tse tsa gore ke mang yo o tshwanelwang ke gore Secretariat e tle go kwene.
Teng ko Austria, Tautona Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi o ne a kopana le Batswana ba ba kwa Austria, mme a ba sedimosetsa ka botlhokwa jwa seabe sa Batswana mo dithabologong segolobogolo ka lehatshe leno di ipeile pele maitamo a thomontšha.
I want to thank you for presenting yourselves to the global community to serve it with honesty, integrity, and diligence. You represent our country very well. I'd like you to continue flying the flag as you do. I want to encourage you, to encourage your colleagues, your relatives, to also seek opportunity in the international community, to seek jobs that are legitimate and honest, to earn an income and internationalize Botswana and Botswana. Sophisticate ourselves in ways that others have. Progress is measured by a number of variables, and technological is one such. In our quest to transform from a resource-based economy to a knowledge-based one, technology is central and critical. And there are many ways in which we can acquire those skills and those experiences, one of which is to study, another is to go and work in those markets. In the research agenda, we have 5 priorities. I don't know if you have an opportunity to look at them. The first was to save Botswana from COVID. As the topmost priority. The second was to align the government machinery to the agenda and priorities of the government. And the third was to develop our value chains so that we can reboot the economy. And the fourth was digitization, promote digitalization throughout the economy, to enhance efficiency. And the fifth, last but certainly not least, important is mindset change. An essential prerequisite to any transformative behavior agenda is for our mindset to be completely altered.
Moemedi wa Botswana kwa Switzerland, Dr. Talia Molokomme, yo le ena neng a le kwa Austria, o ne a supa botlhokwa jwa loeto le.
Go ne ga nna mosola thata mo go nna le mo lehatsheng la Botswana ka gore ke ne ka hella gape ke kgona go kopana le kemedi ya lehatshe la Austria mo go tsa bojanala, mo go tsa mahatshe a sele le mo go tsone tsa loapi, tepo loapi jalo. Mme re dumelane gore dipeeletso tsa dikompone tsa Austria le baeti gore di-tourists tsa ma-Austria re tla dira gore re boele kwano gape, re tla go bua le dikompone tsa go nna jalo re tsweledisa kgang ya gore re ba rotloetse go beeletsa go lehatsheng la rona la Botswana.
Loeto la ga Tautona go ya Rwanda ga mmogo le Austria le hile lehatshe leno sebaka sa go atolosa botsalano jwa lone le a mangwe ga mmogo le go netehatsa ha dikeletso tsa batho ba lone di itsewe le go sekegelwa tsebe ke ditsala tsa lehatshe leno.